friends, and thanks for joining me again. And guess what day it is? So February 27th, 2013, I uploaded my very first video to YouTube. So that makes the Frugal Green Girl channel 4 years old. I started the channel earlier than that, but that was the first day I uploaded an actual video. So yeah, 4 years old. So really quickly, I want to talk to you just about making money on YouTube and why I actually quit YouTube. So the first things first, making money on YouTube. I also mentioned this recently on my video about how to make money on your homestead. So I do want to address that really quickly since I obviously am a YouTuber and, you know, I've been here for a while now. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that it takes a really long time before you can actually make some money on YouTube. So when you get subscribers, you don't get paid for that. When people share your videos, you don't get paid for that. The only time you actually get paid through YouTube is if you have an AdSense account and it's attached to your videos, you know, if you monetize your videos through that AdSense account. Unfortunately, AdSense really does not pay you very much money. So not all of your videos are going to actually have ads, so there goes down some of them. So when it comes down to it, you actually get about $1 to $5 per 1,000 views that you actually get on YouTube. So it can take a long time before your videos can actually grow enough to where they're actually getting 1,000 views. So in the beginning, I mean, I don't even think I joined AdSense until my channel was like 1.5 years old, just because it wouldn't have been worth it. So yeah, just really quickly, if you do join YouTube and you want to make some money through AdSense, do keep in mind that you do need to have your channel grow to a point where it's actually worth doing. The other thing is there is a threshold that you have to beat first. So if you were to make, you have to make $100 or more before YouTube will actually pay that out. So again, you know, by the time your channel is actually big enough for you to be able to make, you know, that $100, your channel may have to have like 50,000 views before it finally gets to that point. So that's another thing to keep in mind. YouTube pays out once a month. Right now it's on the 21st of the month or so. If it's on the weekend, then it's a little later than that. But yeah, so, you know, once a month and you have to make $100 or more before they'll actually pay that out. YouTube also takes 45% of the money that you make through AdSense before it pays you out any of that money in addition. So for every dollar you make, YouTube will take 45 cents of those and give you the other 55 cents. So in addition to your channel not, having a lot of, not all of your videos getting ads connected to them, and then, when they do, they make very little, and then what little you make, YouTube takes a lot of it. So yes, it's very difficult and it can take a long time. So what you really need is your channel to grow. It has to be sort of on the bigger side before you actually get consistent amounts of views to make it actually worth it. So, that's definitely something to consider. Another way that you can actually make money through YouTube in addition to the ads would be like sponsors or reviews, affiliates, these types of things. So sponsors aren't going to want to offer you a deal unless you have a channel that's big enough that they're going to think, okay, there will be enough people to watch this video with my, product included in it to be worth their time. So again, this is another one where your channel has to grow before it finally gets, to the point where it's worth it. But if you've ever seen YouTubers who will say, and here's our sponsor, try not to look down on them too badly because, again, it is really hard to make money on YouTube. So in order to make it worth their time, sometimes sponsors are one of the only ways that you can actually make it to where it's actually compensating you for how much you actually, are putting into it. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Reviews, oftentimes companies will contact you and say, I have a product, will you test it out on a video or something like that? And so, that's another way that you can do it. Sometimes they'll give you the product for free so you don't actually get paid anything for this. And then other times, depending on how big your channel is and how badly they want you to do the review, they will actually, pay you some in addition to the product. So, that's something to keep in mind. And then there are a lot of different affiliate programs that you can also join that can also make it more worth your time as well. So again, this is one of those issues where your channel has to be bigger. So let's consider which channels actually go big. So unfortunately, there's just never been a lot of money in education. So if you were a teacher or something like that, obviously you know you really don't make that much money. And the same is true on YouTube. I mean, there really aren't a lot of videos that are in the education, category that get, 1 million views. The ones that get the most views are in the entertainment side. So these are going to be like cute cat videos. These are going to be like pranks and just stuff with like shock value and drama and that sort of stuff. So, definitely keep that in mind. The entertainment videos are definitely going to be, the channels that are actually going to have a chance of going bigger, whereas the educational videos, not so much. And then the third way that people make money on YouTube is actually through their audience. So there's a YouTube tip jar. YouTube used to have a little blue icon in the bottom corner of the video that said support, but now they've moved it. It's actually on the main page of a person's, YouTube channel. And so that is one way that people can contribute to your channel. If they come along your channel and they feel like they're getting a good value out of it, then they might offer to, contribute to your cause. Sometimes people will join like Patreon. They'll do different crowdfunding things like Kickstarter, stuff like that. Some people start like a mailbox where people can actually, send cards in the mail with cash or checks or, gift cards and things like that. And these are all ways that can definitely help make it more worth your time because again, YouTube with the AdSense alone really does not make very much money. So it's one of those catch-22s where if you had more money coming in from your channel, you'd better be able to invest in equipment to make, higher quality videos or have more money to be able to do more projects, to have more videos to be able to put out because you've had more projects and fun stuff to be able to do. But unfortunately you don't, so therefore, it's just one of those silly things like that. Where does it start, So that's definitely something to consider. It can be very difficult to have your channel go big, so that's something else to consider. And then, it's just difficult. So I want you to be aware of, the fact that it can be, rather difficult and take a rather long time. So if making money on YouTube is something that you're interested in, you may want to consider, the other options and the different ways. So be prepared to work with sponsors, be prepared to do review videos, be prepared to ask your audience for help because again, if you're just relying on the AdSense income, it's really not going to make you very much money. Let me give you some perspective on this really quickly. Up until now, it hasn't been about me, but I'll just make it about me really quickly. So I just got a YouTube payout, on the 21st, like I said, they pay once a month. And I put out 8 videos last month. And when you consider how much time it actually takes me to put those videos together, because of course you have to shoot the video, you have to upload it, you have to edit it, then you have to put a little blurb together for the description box and, the monetize it and the thumbnail and just all this stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into putting out a YouTube video. If you consider how much money I made, compared to how much hours of work I did not even make minimum wage. Now, right now, the only way my YouTube channel is actually making is through the AdSense. I don't have sponsors. I'm not doing reviews. Not that I would never, just I'm not at the moment. So it's difficult, like I said, to make money on YouTube. If your goal, however, is to build a community of people who are like-minded and are pleasant to hang out with and other people are being helped by your videos, then it makes it worth it. And so that is actually why in the past I'm nervous to admit this. It's actually why I've quit YouTube. So there's been times when I've been putting out videos and then I'll just get frustrated with it. And I never did a video like, saying, I quit, this is done, I'm signing off here, I just kind of stopped putting out the videos. And nobody really knew because maybe people just thought I was busy. Maybe they just thought I, just didn't have the time. Who knows what people assumed? I don't know. But, there would be a 1 or 2 week, span of time. I think the longest I went was a month without putting out a video. And, again, probably people just assumed I was too busy. But when in reality, I had gotten frustrated with YouTube. And I was like, this is too much work and it does not make enough money. To really compensate for the amount of time that I have to spend doing it. So in the past I have quit YouTube and that was why. And what normally would happen along the way, though, is that I would just be going about my day and I would get a message from someone. It would say something like, thank you for putting out these videos, this is so helpful to me, or thank you for putting this together, you know, I really appreciate it, or whatever, something, you know, somebody would say some kind of a comment, and I would be sitting there and I would read this comment and kind of be like, oh, okay, I'll keep going, I'll keep doing the videos. And so in the past, the encouragement has been what has really kept me going on the whole thing and kept me, you know, continuing to make the videos. So that's really where my channel is at now. Even though I actually just celebrated a fairly large milestone. I actually just crossed 20,000 subscribers not long ago. I just also want to let you know, if you're a new YouTuber who's just starting out and, you know, you're making some videos or thinking of maybe trying to, you know, get into YouTube, maybe you've seen some of the bigger channels out there, you know, PewDiePie or Roman Atwood, and you're like, oh my gosh, they make millions of dollars a year through their YouTube channel. Or even some of the medium-ish channels, you know, some of the other people who do it full time, you know, and just do it, you know, without any supplemental income. It may be easy to think, well, why not try and start a YouTube channel? I just want to let you know, while it can be done, it is a long, hard road, and you really do have to work pretty hard for a pretty long time before you actually start seeing money out of it. And it can be very difficult to finally break into it to where you're actually making enough to compensate for your time. And most of the time when people are making enough that it is worth their time, they're also not just getting paid through YouTube through AdSense, they're also getting money through, again, you know, their audience or through sponsors, doing reviews and other things like that. So that's all stuff to consider. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful to you. I'm Frugal Green Girl. We'll see you next time.